up, guys? Welcome back. I'm glad you came back for the practice problems, man. You see it? Got trig problems, son. Let's go ahead and take care of them then. Problem number one. Bang. Okay, problem number one. So, with the trig problems, let's make sure we get our SOHCAHTOA up here. Yeah, exactly right. SOHCAHTOA. Remember, sine, opposite hypotenuse, cosine, adjacent hypotenuse, tangent, opposite, adjacent. Oh yeah. So now let's put that to work here. So with trig problems, I got a routine. First step, this. Circle the angle they're talking about, right? So in this one right here, it's talking about the sine of A. Let's circle A. Yeah, that's my reference point. Now, after I got the angle circled, next, label the sides of the triangle. Based on what you circled, label the sides. H for hypotenuse, O for opposite, A for adjacent. If this is my angle I'm talking about, this is what I mean. H for the hypotenuse, always opposite from the right angle. O for the opposite side on the other side of the circled angle. A for adjacent, the side that's right next to my circled angle. That's not the hypotenuse. Yeah. So now this is easy, right? The sine of angle A, what is sine? Opposite over hypotenuse. What's opposite from angle A? Bang. It's got an O there. Yeah. Over the hypotenuse of the triangle. The H. Bang. Exactly right. Exactly right. Same thing for cosine, right? Still talk about angle A, still circle. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. What's adjacent? It's got the A. And then hypotenuse of the triangle hasn't changed. Good. All right. Now, tangent of B. Oh, I'm not talking about angle A anymore. What angle am I talking about? Yup. But that makes my labels change. Let's change them. Yeah. Hypotenuse doesn't change, but opposite and adjacent do. That's opposite from this angle now. Yeah. Tangent is what? Opposite over adjacent? What's opposite from here? Yes. And what's adjacent to here? Good. Good. All right. Let's kick it up a notch. Enough of this. Oh yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so listen, even in trig word problems, right? You should always be able to boil that word problem down to a picture of a right triangle, especially if it's a right triangle trig word problem. So here we go. Ooh, I got an angle in here. I got a couple of sides labeled. Let's go to the routine first. What's it say to do first? Circle the angle? Yeah, that's the angle I got. That's the angle I'm circling, man. That's my reference point. So now I can label my sides. Now, I'm only going to label the sides that have stuff on them. You see this empty side right here? I'm not going to label that. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But let's label these two. Exactly right. O for opposite, H for hypotenuse. Yeah. So on to the next step of my routine. When you're solving a trig problem, you need a trig equation. Yeah. That's what a trig equation looks like. So every trig equation looks like this. You pick a trig function that goes here, the angle in the circle, which we got, and every trig function is equal to something over something else. So let's get it. Now, the reason I labeled these and not this one is because that helps us pick the trig function. Yeah. Only one trig function uses O and H. You know which one it is? I do. A sine uses O and H. If that's what I got in the problem, that's what I'm going to have to use here. Yeah. What's the angle in the circle? 23. And the sine function, remember, is opposite over hypotenuse. Which side over here is opposite from 23? The one with the O. Yeah. And which side is the hypotenuse? Because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Yes! Exactly right. Now, solve. Exactly right. So, remember this part, we get this out of our calculator. So I'm going to go to my calculator and get this, but I'm going to type in sine 23. Make sure your calculator is in degrees mode, but I'm going to type this in. It should come out like this. Yeah, exactly right. So now that I turn that sine 23 into a decimal, that's an algebra equation to solve. I got 17 on the bottom and I need to get rid of it. Don't I multiply both sides? Yeah, and then, yeah, and then, yeah. Now, check with the rounding. When this comes out of your calculator, it's going to be a whole string of numbers. Check with your teacher about the rounding and how many decimal places or significant digits you want the answer to be to. And there you go. Yeah. Let's try one more.